This. Now, the first important process in the interaction of radiation with matter is absorption. Now, when I talk about absorption, the atoms absorb the external energy and will jump into the excited state. This process is known as absorption. Now, the rate of absorption, it is denoted with R12. What is the rate? The rate gives you how fast that absorption process is taking place. Now, R12 is given as rate of absorption. It is proportional to the number of atoms present in the ground state. If more number of atoms are present in the ground state, the rate of absorption is also more. And also it is proportional to external energy density. Rho V is the external energy density. How much amount of energy you are supplying to the atoms present in the ground state. If more energy is incident on the atoms present in the ground state, the rate of absorption is also more. Now, when I remove proportionality sign, I will get one constant. Let it be, or we can write R12 is proportional to N1 rho V. R12 is equal to, now here when you remove proportionality sign, you will get one constant. Let that constant is B12 N1 rho V. B12 N1 rho V. Now what is this B12? B12 is known as Einstein's coefficient for absorption. Einstein's coefficient for absorption. That means B12 will give you what information? What is the information given by this B12? It mainly gives you whenever external energy is incident on it, what is the probability that out of the three process, what is the probability that absorption process takes place? What is the chance that out of three, what is the probability of this absorption taking place? That information is given by B12. That's why it is also called as Einstein's coefficient for absorption. It gives you the probability information. Now, the second important process is spontaneous emission. Spontaneous emission. So, what is spontaneous emission? Now, spontaneous emission is nothing but already if atom is, so once absorption process completed, the atom will be in the excited state. Now it itself comes back to the ground state by emitting the energy H. E1 is ground state, E2 is excited state. So atom present in the excited state returns to the ground state by emitting some energy. This process is known as emission. And since it is returning to the ground state by itself now, that's why this process is known as spontaneous emission. Spontaneous emission. And this is independent of external energy. You don't need to supply any external energy to occur this spontaneous emission process. So if N2 number of atoms are here, N1 number of atoms are here, the rate of R2 to 1 is coming from 2 to 1. The rate of spontaneous emission, it is only proportional to the number of atoms in the excited state. It is as in case of absorption, the rate is proportional to external energy density. But here, in case of spontaneous emission, there is no external energy density. So directly is equal to N2. So whenever you remove proportionality sign, you will get one constant. Let that constant is A21. What is this A21? A21 is known as, again, it is Einstein's coefficient for spontaneous emission. Einstein's coefficient for spontaneous emission. Right? Now here, once this spontaneous emission is completed. Now, actually, before 1911, like that, before this 1911, actually, what happens when the people used to think that there is only one spontaneous, there is only one emission process. What is that? Spontaneous emission. But Einstein, further after 1911, Einstein, he proved that in addition to spontaneous emission, there exists another emission. That emission is known as stimulated emission. Now let us discuss what is stimulated emission. Stimulated emission. So let us consider that atom is present here, E1, E2. By somehow the atom is in the excited state, higher energy state. Now, whenever you supply some external energy, some of the energy is absorbed by this atom present in the, already atom is present in the excited state. Okay, now this external energy is absorbed by the atom present in the excited state. Now it comes back to the ground state by emitting two photons. Two photons are emitted out. So it absorbs one photon and emits two photons. This type of process is known as stimulated emission. Right? Atom in the excited state comes back to the ground state by emitting two photons. This process is known as stimulated emission. Now the rate of stimulated emission, it is proportional to the number of atoms in the excited state. It is depending on external energy density, because you are supplying external energy, no? That's why the rate of stimulated emission is proportional to number of atoms in the excited state, as well as it is proportional to the external energy density. Now when I remove proportionality sign, I will get one constant. Let that constant is equal to some B21 N2 rho V. Now I got three rates. Now what is this B21? Again, this B21 is known as Einstein's coefficient. Einstein's coefficient for stimulated emission. Einstein's coefficient for stimulated emission. Okay, now again this also gives the information regarding the probability. What is the probability that stimulated emission takes place whenever external energy is supplied? Out of these three, absorption, spontaneous emission, stimulated emission, what is the chance that stimulated emission takes place whenever the external energy is incident on that material medium? Okay, now we got three rates. What are the three rates? I'll just write briefly here. Once again I will write here the rate of absorption. Rate of absorption is equal to B12 N1 rho V. Rate of spontaneous emission is equal to A21 N2. Rate of stimulated emission is equal to B21 N2 rho V. Now these three equations, with these three equations we are going to derive the relation among Einstein's coefficients. We are going to derive the relation among Einstein's coefficients. Okay, right. Now, once Einstein argued that in addition to spontaneous emission, there exists a stimulated emission also. That's why under thermal equilibrium condition means upward transition will be exactly is equal to the downward transitions. The rate at which absorption is taking place is exactly is equal to the rate at which the emission is taking place. That means rate of absorption is equal to rate of emission. Rate of absorption is equal to rate of emission. What is absorption? This is only absorption, rate of absorption. These two will come under emission process. You have two emissions, spontaneous emission and stimulated emission. So we'll write like this. Rate of absorption means what? B12 N1 rho V is equal to A21 N2 plus B21 N2 rho V. Now I am rearranging the terms. Here you have N1, here you have N2. So I'll write here A21 N2 is equal to B12 N1 rho V minus B21 N2 rho V. Right? Now here, otherwise what you do is you take N2 common here. I'll take N2 common here. And I take N2 common here. N2 A21 plus B21 rho V.